Welcome to the ultimate supercar showdown. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another car review, another bloke droning on about horsepower and torque. But trust me, this isn't some dreary dealership advertisement. This, my friends, is a full-blown assault on the senses. Today, we're test driving some of the most incredible sports cars from various brands. The kind of cars that make grown men weep and children press their noses against shop windows. We've got Italian stallions, German precision, British engineering, and a whole lot of horsepower ready to be unleashed. Let's see which one comes out on top. Right then, first up we have a scarlet siren from Italy, the Ferrari. This, my friends, is not just a car, it's an experience. The kind of experience that makes you want to grow your hair long, buy a pair of driving gloves, and disappear down a winding coastal road with a cloud of tire smoke and a symphony of engine noise in your wake. The acceleration is brutal, like being shot out of a cannon, and the handling, it's like it's glued to the road. This thing corners flatter than a pancake on a hot griddle. You can feel every imperfection in the tarmac through the steering wheel, and honestly, it's a delight. This car makes you feel alive, and slightly terrified. It's a masterpiece, plain and simple. Now, if the Ferrari is a scalpel, the Lamborghini is a bloody chainsaw. Subtlety? Forget it. This car is about as subtle as a brick to the face. But what it lacks in finesse, it more than makes up for in raw, unadulterated power. This thing is an animal. The engine roars like a caged beast and the acceleration is simply mind-bending. You look for a speedometer, but honestly, who needs numbers when you've got G-forces trying to rearrange your internal organs? And the design? My word, it's like a fighter jet on wheels. You half expect the air to crackle with electricity as you drive past. This is not a car you take to the shops, this is a car you take to a deserted airstrip, just to feel the wind in your hair as you hit ludicrous speeds. Now let's talk about the Porsche. This, my friends, is a different beast altogether. It's not all Italian flamboyance and shouting about how much money you've got. No, this is a car for grown-ups. It's still blisteringly fast, don't get me wrong. But it's also refined, sophisticated, a true driver's car. The steering is laser sharp, the brakes are like hitting a brick wall, a very expensive brick wall. And the handling is, dare I say it, even better than the Ferrari. It's like it can read your mind, you think it does it. And the best part, you can drive this car every day. It's comfortable, it's practical. Well, as practical as a car with this much horsepower can be. And it's built to last. It's the thinking man's supercar. And now for something completely different, the McLaren. This, my friends, is not just a car, it's a spaceship disguised as a car. It's packed with more technology than NASA used to put a man on the moon. The performance is simply staggering. It's like being strapped to a rocket. 0 to 60 in the blink of an eye, and it just keeps on pulling. The grip is phenomenal thanks to some very clever aerodynamics, and the way it handles corners is nothing short of witchcraft. But it's not all about brute force. The interior is surprisingly comfortable, and the infotainment system is actually quite good. It's a car that can do it all: track days, grocery runs, you name it. And finally we come to the grand dame of the group, the Aston Martin. This, my friends, is not just a car, it's a statement of impeccable taste, of understated wealth, of knowing a thing or two about the finer things in life. It's the kind of car James Bond would drive if he were a real person. It's got presence, it's got style, it's got that certain something that makes you want to put on a tuxedo and sip martinis in Monte Carlo. But don't let the refined exterior fool you, this car can still pack a punch. The engine is a thing of beauty, a symphony of power and precision, and the handling is surprisingly agile for such a large car. It's a car that can do it all. Cruise the boulevard in style or tear up a winding country road. It's a true all-rounder. That wraps up our Supercar Showdown. We've seen Italian passion, German precision, British engineering at its finest. Each one of these cars is a masterpiece in its own right, but which one gets your motor running? Which one would you pick to park in your garage, assuming you have a garage big enough for all of them? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more exciting car reviews.